Hello and welcome back to our Bible story time. I'm so glad that you're here to join us today. We're using the stories from the Lectionary Story Bible by Ralph Milton, and we're so grateful that Ralph has given his permission for his stories to be used. Today we're reading the birthday of the church based on Acts 2, and it's the story of Pentecost. It was 7 weeks since Jesus had died, but the disciples knew that Jesus was still alive. One day, the disciples were all together with many other people. It was the day of Pentecost, which is an important time for Jewish people. Then something very strange happened. Some said that there was a sound of a strong wind. Others said there were little bits of fire dancing around among the disciples. The strangest part was that the disciples began to talk in new ways. Nobody was sure what kind of languages they spoke. Even the disciples weren't sure about the new words they heard themselves saying. But others understood. "Hey," someone said, "I come from a place where we speak a different language. How come I understand what he's saying?" People were there from many faraway places. They understood many different languages, yet they could each understand what the disciples were saying. "What's going on here?" people asked. "You drank too much wine," somebody told Peter. "No," said Peter. Then he stood up and talked to all the people who had come together for Pentecost. "My friends," said Peter, "we're not drunk. Something very important has happened here." Then Peter told them the whole story, beginning many, many years ago with Abraham and Sarah, right up until the time of Jesus. Then Peter told them how Jesus was God's Messiah. Peter explained that from now on, God's Spirit would be with everyone who believed in Jesus. We would not be able to see Jesus alive again the way the disciples had seen him, but Jesus would be alive in our hearts. Peter called it the Holy Spirit. "What should we do?" someone asked. "Be sorry for the wrong things you have done," said Peter. "Believe that God really loves you." Many people said, "Yes, we want to do that." So they were baptized in water. Being baptized was a way of saying, "I want to live in God's way." The disciples were happy. Now they knew what Jesus wanted them to do. Jesus wanted the disciples to help everyone know about God's love. So the disciples went to many places. They told people about Jesus and about God's promise. Many people came to the disciples and said, "Yes, I believe that Jesus is God's Messiah. I want to live in God's way." Soon there were many people in many places who knew about Jesus. These people got together to help each other, to eat together, to remember the things that Jesus said, and to talk about living in God's way. When people came together like this, they called it a church. I'm so glad that you could join us for our Bible story time today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye for now.